Odysseus knew that 6 of his men were about to die. He knew it before the ship entered the water where it happened. He had been told the number, 6, and he did not tell them. Circe explains the route to him on the last night after the warning about the sirens. "There are 2 ways forward," she says, "and I will describe both, but you have to choose for yourself. The first is a passage between 2 moving cliffs that crush anything trying to get through. Not one ship has ever come out the other side. Wreckage and human bodies wash out of it and float away on the tide. The second is a narrow channel with a cliff on either side. The cliff on the left goes straight up into cloud, and the cloud never clears from the top of it, not in summer, not ever. No man could climb it, not with 20 hands and 20 feet. The rock is polished smooth as if somebody worked it. Halfway up that cliff there is a cave mouth facing west, so high above the water that a strong man shooting a bow from a ship could not put an arrow into it. Something lives in the cave. Her name is Scylla. She has 6 necks, all of them long, and a head on the end of each one. 3 rows of teeth in every mouth, packed tight, full of black death. The lower half of her body stays hidden inside the cave. The 6 heads hang out over the water and fish. She hunts along the rock for anything passing underneath, dolphins, sharks, whatever the sea sends her. And no ship has ever gone by that cliff and come away with the same number of men it had going in. The other cliff is lower and close enough that a man could shoot an arrow from one to the other. There is a wild fig tree growing on it, covered in leaves, and underneath that tree, the water. 3 times a day it sucks the whole sea down into itself, and 3 times a day it throws it back up. The name of it is Charybdis. "Do not be there when it swallows," Circe tells him. "If you are, nothing saves you, not even a god. So keep to the left, hug the tall cliff, row past Scylla as fast as your men can pull. It is better to lose 6 of your crew than to lose all of them at once." Odysseus asks the obvious question, "Can I fight her?" And Circe tells him no. She is not something you can kill. She is not a mortal enemy. She is a permanent evil, and there is no weapon that ends her. Do not stop to arm yourself. If you slow down to fight her, she will come out again and take 6 more. Row and pray and keep going. The next morning they sail into the channel. Odysseus tells his men about the whirlpool. He tells them to watch the steersman and to hold the ship away from the smoke and the spray. He says nothing about the cave, because if he tells them what is waiting on the other cliff, they will drop the oars and hide below the benches, and a ship that stops moving in that channel kills everybody on board. Then he puts on his armor. He picks up 2 long spears and goes forward and stands on the deck at the bow, watching the rock face, waiting for her to show herself. Circe told him not to. It was the one clear instruction she gave him, and he ignores it. He stares at that cliff until his eyes ache, and he never sees a thing. Meanwhile, on the right, the whirlpool starts to work. The water goes down, and the sea boils white and roars, and spray flies up over the top of both cliffs. When it draws back, you can see straight down to the black sand at the bottom of the sea. Every man on that ship is looking at it, green with fear, watching the water, expecting to die on that side. And while they are all looking right, Scylla reaches down on the left. 6 heads, 6 men, 1 from each mouth. She takes the strongest and the best hands on the ship straight up off the deck. Odysseus looks up and sees their arms and legs kicking in the air above him. They are calling his name, each one of them, by name, as they go up. He says it was the most pitiful thing he saw in all his years at sea. She eats them at the mouth of the cave, in full view of the ship. Still screaming, still reaching down toward him with their hands, there was nothing anyone could have done. The armor did nothing. The spears did nothing. He never even saw her coming, because he was looking for her at eye level, and she came from a cave halfway up a cliff. And the men who died were pulling on oars they had been told to pull on, watching a danger on the other side of the ship, because their captain decided they would row harder if they did not know. He was right about that. The ship got through. We still use this passage as a saying, to be caught between Scylla and Charybdis. Two dangers, no safe route, and a choice that has to be made anyway. What the saying leaves out is that Odysseus was not trapped between them. He was told the price in advance, and he paid it, and the men who paid it did not know they were the ones paying. Next, the island where the cattle of the sun are grazing, the one place Circe told him never to stop, and the reason Odysseus comes home alone.